I mean, we might be under 52 here. I mean, she's jogging. Let's just be real here. She doesn't have to push that hard, but she is in a class of her own. It's not... Oh, she's not quite sub 52.
Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone just turned the athletics world upside down with a performance that left everyone in disbelief. Fans and competitors alike are still in shock after what she pulled off at the inaugural Grand Slam track event in Kingston, Jamaica. The four-time Olympic gold medalist stunned the crowd with a world-leading 52.76 seconds to win the 400-meter hurdles on Friday. As if that wasn't enough, she returned on Sunday to dominate the flat 400 meters, finishing in 50.32 seconds. It was an unexpected, and the athletics world will never be the same. This remarkable achievement earned McLaughlin-Levrone the title of Kingston Slam champion in the long hurdles category and the $100,000 77,610 pounds top prize, establishing her dominance in this innovative new competition format. What makes her victory particularly impressive is the margins of her wins: 1.77 seconds in the 400-meter hurdles and 1.83 seconds in the flat 400-meter, gaps that demonstrate her unparalleled supremacy in both disciplines. Obviously, that first one always hurts, but I'm happy to be here. Great experience, McLaughlin-Levrone told broadcasters in her characteristically understated manner after Friday's race, giving no indication of the dominant performance that would follow on Sunday. Her composed demeanor belied the historic nature of what she had just accomplished, establishing herself as the athlete to beat in both the 400-meter hurdles and the flat 400-meter.
It was amazing. I mean, to be able to walk into a stadium you've never been in and just have so much love, it just makes it really fun to run and want to put on a show.
Will you come back to Jamaica in the future and race?
I hope so. It was a great experience. Absolutely.
The Grand Slam Track Series, the brainchild of track legend Michael Johnson, represents a revolutionary approach to athletics competition. The format brings together the world's fastest athletes for 4 three-day events each year, with competitors racing in 2 related events across the 3 days. Their combined results determine the champion in each category, with substantial prize money on offer. The categories include short sprints, 100 meters and 200 meters, short hurdles, long sprints, 200 meters and 400 meters, long hurdles, 400 meters hurdles and 400 meters, short distance, 800 meters and 1,500 meters, and long distance, 3,000 meters and 5,000 meters. In the women's 400-meter hurdles on Friday, McLaughlin-Levrone faced her longtime rival, Olympic gold medalist Dalilah Muhammad, who finished second with a time of 54.59 seconds. Home favorite Russell Clayton rounded out the podium, crossing the finish line in 55.02 seconds. Sunday's flat 400 meters produced a similar result, with McLaughlin-Levrone pulling away from the field to secure her sweep and the championship. McLaughlin-Levrone's achievement is even more remarkable because she intends to continue pushing boundaries throughout the Grand Slam track season. She revealed that she's looking at switching to the 100 meters and 100 meters hurdles for the Philadelphia event, May 30th to June 1st, and possibly the 200 meters and 400 meters for Los Angeles, June 27th to 29th. This versatility across sprint distances showcases her extraordinary athletic range and raises tantalizing questions about what records might fall next. As for her plans for September's World Championships, McLaughlin-Levrone is keeping her options open, stating that she'll make a decision later this season whether to focus on the 400-meter hurdles or the flat 400-meter. This strategic approach highlights her confidence in her abilities across multiple disciplines and suggests that fans may witness even more history-making performances in the months ahead. But wait, there is more. McLaughlin-Levrone wasn't the only American to make a statement in Kingston. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden completed a sweep of the short sprints, adding the 200 meters, 23.46 seconds into a significant 4.7 meters per second headwind to her 100-meter win from Saturday.
I stepped up on the scene last year.
Jefferson-Wooden said,
People kind of, remember who I was, but now this year I'm going into it with a statement and just saying, like, hey, I'm here. You can count me out if you want, but I'm still going to be here no matter what you may think of me.
The men's events saw equally impressive performances, with Britain's Matthew Hudson-Smith winning the 200 meters to top the long sprints category after placing second in Friday's 400 meters. In the 800 meters, Canadian Marco Arop ran away from Kenyan Emmanuel Wanyonyi in a reversal of their 1-2 finish from the Paris Olympics. Wanyonyi, however, secured the Kingston Slam short distance title by pairing his second-place finish with his 1,500-meter win from Saturday. The inaugural Grand Slam track event has already delivered on its promise to generate more interest in track and field through its innovative format and world-class performances. With 3 more events scheduled for this season: Miami, May 2nd to 4th, Philadelphia, May 30th to June 1st, and Los Angeles, June 27th to 29th, all to be broadcast live on Peacock, athletics fans can anticipate more thrilling competitions and potentially more record-breaking performances. McLaughlin-Levrone's dominance in Kingston sets a high bar for the remaining Grand Slam track events and positions her as the athlete to watch across multiple disciplines. Her ability to excel in both the 400-meter hurdles, where she holds the world record, and the flat 400-meter demonstrates a versatility rarely seen at the elite level of track and field. As she continues to explore different events throughout the series, the athletic world will be watching closely to see what boundaries this extraordinary athlete might break next. What makes McLaughlin-Levrone's achievements particularly significant is the context in which they occur. At just 25 years old, she has already established herself as one of the greatest track athletes of her generation, with multiple Olympic gold medals and world records to her name. Yet rather than resting on these accomplishments, she continues to push herself into new competitive territories, testing the limits of her remarkable talent across different events. The inaugural Grand Slam track series represents a bold new direction for professional track and field, offering athletes substantial financial incentives while creating a more engaging format for fans. With its emphasis on versatility and its concentration of world-class talent, the series has the potential to elevate the profile of athletics between Olympic cycles and world championships. McLaughlin-Levrone's commanding performance in Kingston sets exactly the tone that organizers would have hoped for: elite competition at the highest level, with established stars confirming their status while simultaneously exploring new challenges. What do you think about Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's remarkable double victory? Does her dominance across both hurdles and flat events signal a new era in women's track and field? And how might her versatility influence her approach to the World Championships later this year? As the Grand Slam track series continues, all eyes will be on this phenomenal athlete to see what unthinkable feats she might accomplish next.
Gout's 3 from the left. You're not going to miss him. He's going to lead them into the straight. Gout's got a lot to do. We knew that. He gets up alongside Law. Can he get to Kennedy? Not at the moment. Kennedy's in front. Gout's coming hard. Very, very hard. Kennedy's won.
Gout Gout's coach, Di Shepherd, just threw fuel on the fire after the Australian sprint sensation's shocking defeat to Kennedy at the Moree Plant meet. What started as a stunning upset on the track has quickly turned into a heated saga, leaving fans alike questioning the future of the 17-year-old phenom. "I know he's quite angry about that," Shepherd told ABC's 7:30 in a revealing post-race interview that has shocked the athletics world. This rare insight into Gout's mindset came after Kennedy, 21, beat him with a personal best of 20.26 seconds, edging out Gout's 20.30 in the Peter Norman Memorial Race, which was meant to mark Gout's rise as Australia's sprint king. The revelation is especially surprising considering Gout's calm public demeanor after the race. The Queensland high schooler was seen congratulating Kennedy at the finish line and keeping a gracious front while interacting with fans and media. However, beneath that sportsmanlike mask, a fierce competitive fire was burning, one that his inner circle has now brought to light. Gout's manager James Templeton was even more direct about his client's reaction, telling Code Sports, "He's pissed off, which is good." This insight into Gout's competitive mindset paints a picture of an athlete who, despite his youth, carries the mentality of a champion who expects nothing less than victory every time he steps onto the track. The loss marks a big moment in Gout's rapid rise to fame, as it's his first major setback since breaking a 56-year-old national record in December. His 20.04-second run at the Australian All-Schools Championships had people comparing him to Usain Bolt. Saturday's result was far from that, sparking concerns about the pressure and hype affecting the 17-year-old. Shepard, however, was quick to contextualize the situation. Everything we've done is a step forward. It's all about learning how to cope with this environment as well. So I think he's doing a great job. Just remember, he's a 17-year-old boy, and he's got a bright future. Her comments serve as both a defense of her young athlete and a reminder to the public that despite his extraordinary talent, Gout is still developing both physically and mentally. The race itself was a thriller that had the capacity crowd on their feet. Kennedy exploded out of the blocks to gain an early advantage and maintained his lead coming off the bend. True to form, Gout unleashed his trademark devastating finish, eating into Kennedy's lead with every stride down the home stretch. As both athletes lunged for the line, Kennedy held on by the slimmest of margins, just 0.04 of a second, to claim a victory that few had predicted. Kennedy, fresh from winning a silver medal in the 60 meters at the World Athletics Indoor Championships, was gracious in victory. "I just wanted to give him, Gout, a good race. It wouldn't be fun if he just destroyed everyone," he told reporters. "I'm sorry if I did spoil it a little bit, but what a great race. You can't be upset watching something like that." This sportsmanship highlights the respect between the two athletes, even as a potentially exciting rivalry begins to take shape. Despite the setback, Gout spoke positively about the experience in his post-race comments, though his words now carry more weight after insights from his coach and manager. "Coming second is something you have to experience. It fuels my fire to work harder and be better at nationals," Gout said. "This is what you live for, this environment, the hype, the expectation. This is sport. This is what I go to sleep for."
I didn't expect it to be that fast, but I guess her end showed the fastest every time in the 200. I've been chasing that record, but I didn't think it would come this year. I thought it would come maybe next year or the year after that.
The teenager's ability to find motivation in defeat speaks to a maturity beyond his years, even as his inner frustration demonstrates the fierce competitive spirit that has propelled him to such heights at such a young age. "The experience is second to none. This is only something you can get from a big meet," Gout continued. "It feels great having everyone saying my name, everyone screaming my name at the top of their lungs." Not everyone is surprised by Saturday's outcome. American athletics analyst Aaron Brown, who runs the popular Aaron Spider Brown TikTok page, has been one of Gout's most vocal critics and was quick to declare, "I told you so," after the race. Brown has consistently warned against the dangers of hyping young athletes as the next Usain Bolt, citing previous examples where such pressure has proven detrimental to promising careers. "Every person y'all have ever deemed the next Usain Bolt in track and field has ruined them," Brown stated in his latest TikTok post. "They did it with Matthew Boland. He did a 9.98 seconds windy time, and he was the next Usain Bolt. Christopher Taylor from Jamaica in 2015, the next Usain Bolt. He's running faster than Bolt ran at his age. Trayvon Bromell, the next Usain Bolt." Brown's criticism highlights the immense pressure Gout faces as he navigates both his final year of high school and his budding athletic career under the intense spotlight of public attention. "Instead of just letting the kid be a kid and letting him develop," Brown continued, questioning why Australia would put unreasonable expectations on the kid. The loss sets up what could become a fascinating rivalry between Gout and Kennedy heading into future competitions, potentially extending all the way to the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Kennedy's victory serves as a reminder that Australian sprinting has more than one star on the rise, even as most of the attention continues to focus on the teenage phenom. Saturday's upset and the subsequent revelations about Gout's reaction mark an important chapter in what promises to be a remarkable career.
And now we really start to open him up. So let the legs loose and let the kid run. He is absolutely gone. He is Gout of this world.
How he responds to this setback at upcoming nationals will reveal much about his character and resilience. If the comments from his inner circle are any indication, this defeat has only intensified his determination to prove himself on the track. What do you think about Gout Gout's coach revealing his true feelings after the race? Is this competitive anger a positive sign for his future development? Or should there be concerns about the pressure the young athlete is under? And will this upset victory by Lachie Kennedy spark a rivalry that could define Australian sprinting for years to come? The answers will begin to emerge as both athletes continue their journeys toward international glory, with the world watching every step of the way.
He's hit the front, he's hit the straight. Here we go. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20,
Australian sprint sensation. Gout Gout has sent shockwaves through the athletics world by delivering a stunning rebuke to comparisons with legendary Jamaican sprinter Usain Bolt. The 17-year-old phenom, who has been consistently breaking records and making headlines, has finally spoken out about the constant parallels drawn between him and the greatest sprinter of all time, and his response has left the track and field community stunned. Gout said in a candid 7 News Spotlight interview with renowned sports commentator Bruce McAvaney, "In the moment it feels great because everyone wants to be compared to Usain Bolt, the fastest athlete alive. At times, it does get a bit overwhelming, but now that I've grown up, I'm a bit mature, and my circle really helps me stay level, and I'm just trying to make a name for myself." Then came the statement that has everyone talking. "Although I do run like Usain Bolt, and I do maybe look like him, I'm just trying to be myself and trying to be the next Gout." With these powerful words, the teenage sprinter has made it clear that while the comparisons to Bolt initially felt flattering, they've quickly grown stale. The Australian superstar is now focused on carving his own unique legacy in the sport rather than living in anyone else's shadow.
Yeah, indeed. How did that feel? I mean, obviously, in the moment, it feels great because everyone wants to be compared to Usain Bolt, the fastest athlete alive. And at times, it does get a bit overwhelming. But now that I've grown up and I'm a bit mature, my circle really helps me stay level. And I'm just basically trying to make a name for myself. Although I do run like Usain Bolt, I do maybe look like him in a couple of ways. I just trying to be myself and just try.
What makes this declaration particularly significant is that it comes on the heels of Gout's extraordinary performances at the Queensland Athletics Championships in Brisbane. There, the teenager clocked an incredible 19.98 seconds in the 200-meter final, becoming the first Australian to break the 20-second barrier, though the time wasn't entered into the record books due to wind assistance exceeding the legal limit. In the heats, he posted a wind-legal 20.05, once again threatening Peter Norman's 56-year-old national record of 20.06, which Gout had already broken in December with a time of 20.04.
Away now, third of 3 heats. Under 20 boys, 100 metres. 10:35 on the clock there for Gout Gout. He'll be through to the final later on this evening.
These remarkable achievements have naturally invited comparisons to Bolt, who revolutionized sprinting during his dominant career. But Gout's rejection of these parallels represents a bold statement of independence from an athlete who appears wise beyond his years. Rather than embracing the mantle of the next Bolt, he wants to establish himself as the first Gout Gout, a superstar in his own right. Australian Olympic great John Stephenson believes the teenager's impact extends far beyond his individual achievements. He is fun to watch. It is at the point where it's just fun and exciting and the world is on notice. And really, Australia haven't had a legit sprinter since Matt Shervington, Patrick Johnson, and Peter Walsh, and they haven't done what this kid is doing, Stephenson told news.com.au after Gout broke the 20-second mark. Gout Gout has done this at just 16, 17, and even if nothing happens from here, what Gout Gout has done has set up Australians sprinting for the future, Stephenson continued. We should be in debt for the work he has done because he's given us some belief that we can compete again with the best in the world. The international athletics community has certainly taken notice. According to Stephenson, when I speak internationally, everyone is curious about him, and even more importantly, every young boy and girl in this country that has seen what he is doing now has that seed of belief that they can do it, and it is priceless for our sport. This growing global attention makes Gout's decision to distance himself from the Bolt comparisons even more significant. Many young athletes might be tempted to lean into such prestigious parallels, but Gout's determination to forge his own identity speaks volumes about his character and confidence. With the Brisbane Olympics coming in 2032, Australian fans are already dreaming of what could be a historic moment on home soil. He is doing all the right things, so without a doubt, the world is his oyster. And we, as the Australian public, should give him time